All right. Good evening. Good morning. Hello world. Different. It's global. You got everybody on a different time zone. It is good evening over here. Thank you for tuning into tonight's stream. It's going to be a standard power hour. We're going to go over BTC, going to go over altcoins, going over Ether. Actually start with BTC, Ether, and I'm going to go over some alts. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Real quick, looking at BTC, I wanted to see it range trade, stay out in a little bit of a range. According to last stream, we did see this little bit of a bull flag with a secondary breakout today. And I announced our hedge levels, right? I'm long from down in this zone. Took out more hedges today. Net zero right now, waiting for an upwards break on BTC above like 86.97 to stop me out above previous high. And then, yeah, on the short side, I don't think we're going to come down. But if we do, being hedged equals protection, right? We're not going to lose anything. It's a matter of capturing the range, and I'm up like some 900. Some of you guys are up even more. The guys are actually along the very bottom the other day in VIP. Now, one key level to pay attention to right now, we're not quite there yet, but if we get there and BTC does not close above, it's going to be troublesome, right? We want to see a close above our midline, which is that 9,066 mark. This is the BitMEX chart, right? So 9,000 is our next bullish target. I want to see it close above. If you don't see it close above, right, we're going to be seeing one of these dead cats. And I'm going to highlight some of these that we've seen before. Something like this, right, where we get friction with our midline. Something like we got over here, friction with our midline, failure to close above. And that's going to be a net short or more short than long signal, right? So I'm prepared to ride my long one more leg up to 9,000. And maybe on this hedge, go hedge and a half, right? Position and a half. That way we capitalize on a rejection if we do get it. The hourly chart is looking good, and that kind of puts it right above where my long-term MA is. But we got our first break, right? And ideally, we're not quite in the hedge position. I just wanted to grab one because I had a busy day, a lot of meetings. I do want to see, right? We want to see an 87.50 and a move up to 9K. If 9K rejects, it's not going to be a good case for bulls. If 9K keeps going, it's gonna be good. On the Ether side, yesterday or Monday's stream, I'd said that we want to see 188 and 190. And I believe we got that today, right? So we hit our bullish target. I am hedged net zero. Stop at 196. Go over the Coinbase chart. It seems to be the most accurate. We are above our hedge zone, right? So we are above our hedge zone. We're seeing a little bit of a triangle. And it's not symmetrical. It's more of a descending triangle top after a bullish impulse. So it's very much a 50-50 right now. All right. This is actually a bearish structure to a triangle. But we're above our rejection zone. We're at 193. We're a lot higher, a couple of dollars higher than what I wanted to see. I wanted 188 to 190. We're a little higher, even better. Let's go to a longer time frame. We're still below this neckline, right? So we're getting, or not neckline, we're below our midline. We're getting rejection off 194. A close above 194, right? And we could see an upwards move, possibly to test the 240 zone. The reason we want to pay attention to these midlines is where was our last Ether top on this 4-hour chart, right? I mean, it was just right here. At our green midline, we're looking at the same thing, same setup, all right? This could be a great place to fill a short if you're already long, and that's why I preach hedging. What's going on, Troy, Adam, Cameron? Thank you guys for tuning in. Now, what did we do here? We had a few signals on Ether. Actually played out really well on algo These hedges stopped out, right? This long should still be ready and going. A hedge up here, I announced that today in the VIPs. So we did capture the range fully, and this was good. And I do want to see a continuation. I'd love to see a move up to the 240 range. I'd put us in really big profit, especially after this big shakeout. That being said, I'm gonna switch over to Coinergy and check on like daily moving averages and see what's going on. We're seeing rejection at my midterm on BTC. Look at ETH/USD, maybe Coinbase Pro. Let's do Gemini. Seems to be a consistent chart. So ETH on the dailies, actually, we got a lot. It's looking better than BTC in terms of moving averages. And one thing I did highlight last stream is Ether BTC's current structure, guys. ETH BTC is looking very menacing. I'm looking for a big breakout here. I'm looking for a big breakout. You know, we got this big wedge. On a linear chart, non-logarithmic, right? We got a big wedge. Very similar to the construct of 2017. I went over this chart last time. I'm just going to remove all indicators. We'll come back to this. Big wedge. One level of it's already broken. Depending how we want to draw it, right? We are above the wedge. And I want to see an ETH BTC rally, which could fuel an ETH USD rally, especially if BTC is sideways. We did see the two fighting today. It was a little bit of a bull bear fight, right? Where Ether made this upswing and then BTC ended up gaining on it, and now Ether's kind of taking a little bit of control again. Yeah, that's promising. You go to the daily chart, right? Same construct we saw back here before the bull run in 2017. Same wedge, same setup. Right, so I want to see something like this play out on ETH BTC in terms of spot, and that's why I'm leveraged. That's why I do believe 240 on ETH USD is a possibility. 2 days ago, if you guys would have looked at that ETH USD chart, right? I mean, everybody had a bear flag. We even had a little bit of a bear flag in our VIP room. And I'm like, I'm not sure if this is going to play out like a bear flag. But at this point, I think this has been invalidated. Price is back within the flag, right? So this did not play out like a bear flag would have. I think this was a shakeout to stop out everybody from this entries. So anybody that traded that earlier breakout had their stops down here, right? And these stops just got completely shaken out. Everybody that bought the tops already stopped out. Big liquidity grab in the market. Hopefully we see a rally out of Ether. Hopefully. All right, I'm going to go over some of the altcoin signals we have on AutoTrader. Some of them got stopped out today. Some in profits, some out of profits. Holy smokes, guys. Ren's up 63%, man. I mean, that's a pretty good long, right? Next up is BAT at 16. We're at 25 at one point. Still above T1, still not stopped out, right? Still in the profits. As I mentioned, tokens like BAT right now, when moving averages and these kinds of tokens, they cycle on the daily. I think there's going to be another 30 days in this rally or so of continuation before getting out of this trade. Trading on BTC value, trading on Ether value is going to be a little different. It hasn't quite cycled the same, right? It looks a lot uglier. And if we have an ETH BTC rally, then we might not quite get as many gains trading ETH. So I was trading Ether pairs, and I stopped out quite a few of them today back into ETH. Like I was trading Nulls ETH, Zill ETH, they're up here. Zill, BAT, Mana, Nulls, and I got out. Like Nulls did this little bit of a bull flag, then Ether started moving, so I just got out. Yeah, so back to like BT, BTC, right? Chart's looking good. I think we're gonna see continuation. We rarely see a failure once this happens, right? We want to see a continuation in the cycle. Next thing, let's go over Ren. This chart has been on fire. And you're up 62%. Where did I even signal this guy? Oh my goodness. I mean, like right here, right? I saw the liquidity grab. And I saw it go sideways, and I figured just signal it, right? It's been a really strong token. So I saw this initial break up, the shakeout, wanted it to settle at a good fib level, and I think we got in at like the 50% retracement. And this is why I preach fibs, right? This is why I say buy the pullback, don't FOMO. Yeah, I think once we got back over the 61, I decided to go for it. If you guys are using the bot, if we get a price drop, you're going to get stopped out at the previous target, right? So you're going to be fairly safe. You're just clicking take trade. That's all you're doing. Remove all drawing tools. Next up on our bot, I'm going to cover Raven, Zill, and then I'll take some altcoin requests from you guys. RBN's one of my bigger positions, right? I've announced my accumulation levels in Saber notes over and over. Did have this doji yesterday, right? And it almost wanted me to get out, but I decided not to and just hold strong. I think on the 4-hour chart, we had a clean moving average bounce, right? And this is what kind of saved the chart. And I want to see a continuation. We're seeing, you're not going to call it a double bottom, a triple bottom, or even a 3 bullish drives, but it's looking rather bottomy. Some targets here. I want to see a rally out of Raven. There's not really a formation, but volume's coming back in. It's actually recovered from today's sell-off. Raven USD is actually on the move, which is good to see. Hey Keith, are you talking about this platform or this platform? Which one? I'm using two different ones. Are you looking at blue and red candles, or are we looking at, or sorry, blue and white or green and red? Just so I can better answer your question. Right, and a lot of these charts look very much like the Ether chart, where we had this wedge, just a little bit of a breakout, and then a shakeout, and now hopefully we get a continuation out of a rally. Go ahead and throw on our phantom indicator. For you guys that are new and you haven't been following Phantom and our developments, there's a link in the video description to our publication today, which tells you pretty much what this algorithm does. We were licensing it out for a monthly fee, and we decided to stop doing that, right? It's a powerful tool, so now it's going to be a case-by-case. If you want access, you got to kind of convince us why you need access, right? Green and red. So this is Coinigy, COINIGY.com. You can hook it up to like all your exchanges, but it doesn't trade all of them, right? It doesn't. You can trade like Bittrex, Kraken. You can't trade Binance. You can only monitor your balances, and it's not really a great integration in a Binance. If you're a Bittrex trader, this is great. I use it because I have a few portfolios on Bittrex that I hop in and out of and manage, so that's why I use it. Also, you can get like your templates saved. It's pretty much using TradingView to chart, and you get as many indicators as you want. Interesting. Raven's daily chart on our early detection cloud. It's trying to break above the cloud, right? Now we do have a TK cross within the cloud, so it's going to be interesting. If we break out of here and we go into our standard cloud, then we might have a pretty big jump up inside the cloud to 620. That wouldn't be a surprise out of Raven. Going back into our Raven USD pair, right? We're looking, this bounce should produce a move up to like 5 cents, 6 cents, that 5-6 cent range for a reassessment up here. It's a pretty big spread. Hopefully we can see the chart do that rally. Obviously there's gonna be resistances along the way. That's our next signal. So I'm gonna cover Zill. Zill is still pretty early on in the rally, the breakout. 240. I think we got in down here too on the sideways action. Yeah, in the 60 range, and now it's at 72 above the midline. I'd like to see some kind of continuation out of Zill. That being said, like my general consensus right now on the market is going to be a little bit of sideways of BTC, and then hopefully some altcoins moving, or at least some chop out of BTC, causing the interim volatility in alts, right? But ideally, we want to see alts rally. Going over Funfair, so FUN BTC. Some breakout mode. Let me pop up some RSI, see if you got any divergences here. It's a 4 hour, a little bit of a divergence, 240, 360. A little bit of divergence. Let me check it on Ichimoku. It's up to the top. Which cloud is this? Early or standard? That's our standard cloud, right? So it's literally at resistance. I'm not holding any fun. I haven't signaled fun in a while. RSI is starting to look like a little bit of bearish div on the daily. We've had several consecutive highs, right? And then we're seeing this hidden bearish div on these last two highs. So this could play out. We could see a pullback, and I would say the first level of the pullback would be 41, second level 36, third level bottom of the cloud. That's just based on our standard cloud. Going over the early cloud, we should be able to see a C-clamp of some sort. Not a C-clamp, right? No C-clamp. This is daily. Check the 4 hour. Remove all drawing tools. I don't know. It's such a low sat coin. It's such a high risk, right? Where like one Satoshi drops like 2%. I wouldn't buy in it here. Not if it's already moving. Going over Algo. This looks juicy. I think Blender, Derek, one of our analysts, just signaled this earlier yesterday. It's like a big C-clamp on the daily chart. It's coming in way overhead, right? So we should see a bullish C-clamp play out. It's just not enough chart data here to go off the daily. There is a C-clamp on the 4 hour too. This should lift price action up, and if you get a TK cross overhead, it's gonna be pretty bullish. Let me again throw in some moving averages. I don't think it's gonna look good on moving averages. The 4 hour actually doesn't look bad, right? Just not enough data to backtest this. Yeah. It's tricky, right? Tricky with some of these newer tokens. Let me pull it up over here. All right, this is actually great. This looks like a good setup. If I was looking to add to Algo or hop into this trade, I'd probably want to bag some at 26, 25. If you do get a break above, here, right, we're going to form a range in that case, and you're going to see it kind of ping pong between the mid lines, right? If you get a clearing of here and like a move up, then I would want to buy the pullback, right? We're not really buying high. We're just buying the dips on pretty much anything, really. Not anything, but yeah, we're looking to buy the liquidity grabs and the shakeouts instead of trying to long a breakout. Look at the guys, look at whoever, bought this pennant, the 30th. It's like 9 days of being underwater, right? Frustrating. Oh, I'm going to add on the breakout. Oh, chart's going to turn around and I'm screwed, right? So, yeah, some key levels to keep an eye on, right? And I think the first resistance is going to be at 33.72. If we get above the secondary midline. Currently, it's rejecting below. All right, Fam Bam. Now's your time. Go ahead and show me some altcoins, and I will go over them for you. And that's it. Oh, smash that like button if you like my analysis. Smash that like button if you don't like my analysis. I'm trying to do these streams more often, right? And the more you guys are engaged, the more often I'm going to stream. So you don't mind smashing that like button on Facebook, on YouTube. And Verge, awesome. Thank you for the recommendation. XVG. It's at the midline. It's looking like it's at a good point, right? As long as we stay above 42, we should see a sustained rally. Just based on Phantom, right? Based on our Phantom trader. The daily chart, way out of bounds. 360. No clear formation. Let me check volume, right? Something like Verge, you want to check the volume on. If it's trading under 200 BTC on Binance right now, it's not going to have the most lucrative volume set. But once again, these moving averages are actually starting to look good, right? Price is still below our long term. We got a short term cross below. Phantom saying it's it could potentially run, right? We haven't had a Verge run in some time. I haven't really kept up with developments on Verge. I think most of our viewers know I have one privacy coin pick, and that is Zcoin. I think it's just the privacy coin. So we could see something. I'm not going to say it's going to be explosive, but these moving averages on the daily they used to work really well on Verge, and now we've gotten so many fake outs. Is this possibly the run? If we're gonna get all season, right, this is probably the run. The stop on XVG, it'd probably go a lot slow. It's a really steep stop, right? So let's go back to Phantom. Where would our entry be? Currently rejecting below on the 360. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert. I'm going to set an alert at 37 sats. I'll go over gold and silver. Absolutely. Going over XRP first. See, so when we get a rejection, right, at the midlines, we're like going to come back down and retest the previous low, or we can go in a smaller time frame and find the next midline, right, which would be a 40. It's a pretty flexible algorithm, right? It's up to the user to adjust. Going over Ripple. All right. You had quite a few sell signals on Ripple today. Was there a bearish divergence to justify it? I think there was. How steep of a pullback? What would George Saber do? So there's been a lot of bullish talk about XRP, right? A lot of hopium, a lot of optimism. Let's just say that. There's been a lot of optimism about Ripple. I don't think this was quite a rising wedge with a throw over. It could have been. We can call it a rising wedge with a throw over, right? And then the fact that the throw over failed. If this wedge breaks, if this Ripple wedge breaks, what would be the bearish target? This is XRP BTC, right? Bear in mind there's also an XRP USD that'll go over. So looking at a 16% drop. Where's that going to put it? Below our midline. Theoretically, if I was to buy the pullback on Ripple, I'd want to see what happens at 2,800, 2,856 sats. Right, this right here should have been a clear indication that we're getting a failure swing. RSI failed to break out, even though the chart made a higher high. But time and patience, right? I don't trust like Ripple swell pumps. I mean, I've been in this game for a long time. I've lived through a lot of Ripple swells, and I've seen what it does before swell, during swell, and after swell. I do believe that Ripple is a liquidity coin where it is going to shake out every last one of you retail guys. Right when everybody capitulates, it's going to go on a run. Let's go over XRP USD. Coinbase. Going with Bittrex just because it has the most chart data. I'm going to go over a few time frames, see what we're seeing. All right, so based on the 120, right, XRP support's going to be at 27 cents. If you guys follow us on Twitter, I got into it with a few guys saying we're going to see 23 before we see 29. Right, and we came down and see 23. We have seen 28.5, not quite 29. But XRP USD, if you observe what happens at midlines, right, that's why we built this algorithm. And I'm going to say that a lot. When midlines reject to the top side, right, it's not very bullish. But when they reject to the bottom side, you're going to see continuation. I think getting some kind of confirmation here, if you come back down to the 27 cent mark and a hard bounce here, then my next Ripple target on the USD chart is going to be 35 cents, right? But I want to see that confirmation here because if you fall straight through, it's not going to be good, right? We're going back down to 24. What's up, El Oro? Let me cover PIVX, gold and silver, and then we'll hop into the rest of the stuff. So, the PIV, what is PIVX up to? I haven't even, looked at that chart in a while. Look at that. Liquidity grab up, coming down. You guys remember last stream's title is said when bull run, right? Everybody was like, oh, we're going down to 6K, and I'm saying, no, we're going to get a bull run somewhere. God, that's so crushed. Good news is moving averages on the daily look good. There was an ascending triangle, and it's way above the rejection zone, right? So I'd expect a little bit of continuation, but as all things, that does need volume. It's currently trading on 5 BTC, BVOL. I don't like taking low volume trades, right? I feel like they're too much risk. You know, one of us can easily pop 5 BTC into something like this, and then we're stuck. Right? I would look for a pullback entry. In terms of targets, I'm not going to use the wicks because this thing can wick pretty high. I do believe, right, if it doesn't break above 44.64, that's going to be a great profit take. Is that right? No, 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 no. Apologies. 39.66, right? 39.55, 39.60. That's gonna be my like rejection zone, my short-term rejection zone. If we break out, then just run your fib extensions, your 1.6, all the way up to 3 or 4.2. All right, so just kind of run through your fibs and get your targets if you get the continuation. Pivx tends to like moon pretty fast and hard, right? I mean, it's already up quite a bit. We're just gonna go off this last low. Yeah, you know, it did make 69% back at 44. Bitcoins, I already covered Ren. I think it was the first token. If you can rewind, be able to catch it. You guys on YouTube, thank you for all the recommendations. It's awesome. Going over gold and silver. Yes, follow me on Twitter, or even if you're a VIP, you know, we put out a buy the gold dip, right? Let's wait till this thing loads. All right, almost had a panic attack. I thought we lost you guys, so we're back. Right now, right? So gold was doing this deep sell off. Our good friend Peter Brandt said head and shoulders, this thing's over. And what did I say? I popped in our legacy markets. I said, guys, this is a buy the dip level on gold. We did the same thing on silver with options, and currently I'm seeing possible continuation. Want to see if we can get up to that 1556, right? That's the gold index. Let me pull up GLD, which is the ETF that we're trading. And let's get rid of the extended hours, make it look better. All right. I think it was a 30-minute chart that told us to buy. I mean, look at that, right? Clear liquidity grab. Currently above. With the index pushing up and after hours. Let me go side by side. It's actually not pushing up, right? So next up, what always happens when we get a range? We're going to get a retest of our midline, right? A bullish bounce off this midline is going to take gold up to 146. And if we sell straight through at that time, then we're likely to come down and knock out a 136 low, right? That's where the next liquidity grab is. You don't want to play both positions at the same time. Like if you look at our GLD chart, if you're actually using Phantom and you're trading gold on Phantom and you're just going long, short, right? You had a long, great long, take profit, short, take profit, sit underwater for a bit for another great long. Yeah, so it's trading pretty well on Phantom. I'd want to see what happens here in the mid range before we decide which way it's going to go. That's ETH BTC, not ETC BTC. We'll go over that. Not Ether Classic, but actually Ether. I'm still majority Ether right now. Definitely still majority Ether. So silver. We did have an ABCD. It's actually also trading well on Phantom, right? It was out of bounds, gave us some buy signals. Now it had short. Let's go over the hourly. Should be a clear entry at the bottom. Yep. Silver's looking a little more bullish right now, just based off the chart, of price action, off the RSI. It's actually pointed up. Let's look at SLV. SLV ETF, right? What's going on here? We are not doing good. It's actually below the midline on the hourly. Let's go to the 30. below the midline on the 30, right? And when we got into this trade on silver, what was it? It said buy 1650 calls, right? And it would only like 4 days out. We bought them for a few cents, sold them for like 13 cents. And this is where I said get out, right? And then the chart gapped up, and now it's back here. To me, this is a no trade zone. I'd want to see it break back down. I'm not going to short it. I'm going to look for the long entry unless we get up here, and then I'll look for a short. Or if we break above and bounce off, then I'll take out $18 calls. It would be stellar. Let's get rid of Phantom. Just look at the chart construct on a daily. I haven't done that in some time. And this could theoretically be a bull flag, right? This could be a bull flag. With the highest high being the highest high in RSI, you always want to keep the macro picture in sight when you're trading. That's why I wouldn't want to short silver. I don't want to go too far out or too high with these options, right? Don't want to take on too much risk. But I mean, if this is our bull flag, we can go higher, right? And there's no divergence off this last high. There is no MDRP on these lows. So I think trying to find the next entry, right? This was a good options entry, right? Trying to find a spot entry, maybe like 1594 once again, or if we go above and retest, then 16.6. Going over some of you guys' comments, and I covered Randback coins. I did say that, right? I'll cover Litecoin. I'm not a big Litecoin trader, right? And Litecoin has done me dirty too many times, even though I'm right about my analysis. It's just dislike trading this coin, man. Litecoin BTC right away. I'm not liking the current construct. Let's go over the hourly chart. 60. Yeah, so we're below the midline. A bit of a triangle here. And I can highlight what I said, about Litecoin a few days before the halvening. You guys that have been watching the streams for some time, you already know, right? We were like at 120 range. This is the wrong chart, actually. Yeah, I do think Litecoin's going to head lower in terms of BTC. I'm not seeing a good setup. It could do what Ether did, which is like a fake out on a bear flag. But what's this target? I don't think 2% is far enough. It's a far away drop for Litecoin. I think it can easily drop 2%. Let's look at LTC USD. It tends to give us like an indication of what the market's gonna do. So let's go to Litecoin USD Coinbase. Phantom is saying head short, right? Phantom is saying head short. The initial target would be $57, and then moving down would be 55 and maybe 51. But I do think these majors are going to range, right? I think they're going to range while altcoins get a little bit of a get ahead move on them. Right, I'm going to cover Ether BTC, and then we will call it a night. ETH BTC, guys, what have I been doing? What am I doing? What's my trading plan? We're getting a lot of these sell pings on the 30-minute, the 60. One thing that's like doing pretty good at, that's the Binance chart. So I'm looking for the liquidity grabs. I'm longing these lows on Ether BTC, and I'm just accumulating. I do think Ether BTC is ultimately headed up to some highs, right? We look at RSI and it's going up. It's only going higher. It's not very divergent from the trend, but it's get rid of Phantom. Chart construct, we're seeing some curving action to the top, right? Usually a curvature to the top can be bullish, except for shit like this, right? I mean, we've seen it fake us out, but more importantly, what just happened on Litecoin USD is a liquidity grab, which lets me know that if we're gonna see a rally, you know, it's getting closer, right? So you're seeing some curvature to price action. Curving up's typically bullish. There's a bit of an ascending triangle here, as somebody highlighted, but then that wedge. Right, we can draw it several ways. I'm drawing on a linear chart. I've had more of an edge and better charting on linear when it comes to like really long-term moves and finding these wedges. Yeah, I do think we're above. We've been above the actual wedge for some time. I'm gonna go over Bittrex. There we go. Yeah, I think we're above. We might get a retest, but I'm pretty bullish on this, especially this construct, guys. It looks just like February 2017. I think it's going to be one of those like once in a season opportunities, and I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna sit here and wait it out. Got my Ether bag dedicated. Yeah. Well, fam, thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. Go ahead and smash that like button. The more you smash it, the more YouTube hooks us up with more views. You guys know we don't stream a lot. Trying to give you guys 2 to 3 streams a week. This is the second one this week. So the more you want to see my face, hear my voice, see me on cam, and get your altcoins TA'd, smash that like button. Make sure to click the link, hop into Discord if you have any questions. Yeah, thank you all so much. Trade safe. Trail your stop losses, guys. Trail your stops. Make sure you're hedging the ranges, right? If BTC decides to turn back around and not hit my 9K target, make sure that you are prepared for a move in either direction. Yeah, don't trust these charts. Don't trust the market. Make sure you're managing your risk. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you all on Discord or next time on stream.